What's going on, everybody? Tyrell here. If you like crypto, on this channel, I bring together the fundamentals and the technicals to curate valuable information to help you on your journey. A free way to support this channel is to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. And one thing that is really cool that I'm going to be doing for everybody is I'm going to be doing a $1,000 giveaway whenever I hit 1,000 subscribers. So make sure to subscribe whenever you watch this video, and as soon as I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna be doing that giveaway. Completely free, completely random, so it's fair for everybody. All right, let's get into it. There's been some really cool news that's happened as of late, and we are here. So let's share this screen. This is my YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe. Looking at the total crypto market cap, let's go to that. So Bitcoin currently sitting at 34,000. The global crypto market cap is currently sitting at 1.6 trillion, down a little bit over the last day. Ethereum at 2,500. And what I'm going to do is go to top gainers for the past 24 hours. We can see Data Fuel, Solana, Waves, and then everything else is red over the past 24 hours. And then over the past 7 days, Theta is up 59%. Curve is up 48%. I actually just bought some Curve and I'm currently staking that to earn some Curve rewards. Pretty cool. You just gotta know where to put it and participate within the crypto economy. And then all these other ones that I don't know. So let's get into the charts. Total crypto market cap at 1.56 according to TradingView. I see the difference between the two. Currently on a downtrend in the past day. Elon Musk tweeted out some shit, so stupid, honestly. And yeah, we're currently sitting just above this support level, and we're kind of just like range bound as the market decides what it wants to do. I watched this podcast, and what they were talking about was there's not a lot of volume in the market right now. Granted, it is a Saturday and like summer's starting essentially, so a lot of people are out not necessarily trading the markets right now, not necessarily investing, just enjoying their summer given the past year that we had completely locked down. So like I totally understand why there's not a lot of volume in the markets. At the same time, there's also the Bitcoin conference in Miami. There's some pretty cool speakers and pretty crazy antics, and it's just a party over there. Pretty dope. Looking at Bitcoin, we're currently sitting at $35,000. One thing I wanted to look at was the Bitcoin dominance chart. So we're currently sitting at 42%, given this steady decline from the beginning of the year all the way into now. Who knows what it's going to do in the meantime. We saw that it completely shot up in May and then retraced a little bit, and it's kind of just hanging out at this point right now. So I identified some support at 30,000 and 32,000 where there could be a lot of potential buy orders. So we'll see if the market actually touches down here just like it did here and then shoots back up again, or just like breaks down. A lot of people would like for it to break down so they can buy some more Bitcoin, but I don't see that happening given the like amount of buy orders that could potentially be in this area as support. And there could be resistance at the 40,000 to 45,000 level as people wanted to potentially get out of the market and just take their profits and let the market do what it does, essentially. So we'll see given this second half of the year. The first half, a lot of ups and downs, and the second half, who knows what it's going to do. So I'm just going to draw on like a brush. It could literally do anything, literally. That's technical analysis. Nobody has a crystal ball to predict exactly where the market's going to go. A lot of people just invest with the anticipation that price is going to appreciate because everybody's in this market to make some money. The majority of the people are in the market to make some money, and a lot of other people are in the market because they believe in the change that cryptocurrency is bringing about in the world, which is what we're going to be talking about a little bit later in this video. So looking at Ethereum, we're currently sitting at 2,500. Yeah, it's just range bound. Everything's range bound right now. If you look at the markets right here, this is like my watch list. Everything's really down. We're gonna look at 1 inch in a little bit because that's like the only green thing right now. I watched a 3-hour podcast with Ethereum founder Vitalik Buterin with Lex Friedman, and that was a really cool podcast, just talking about the developments that are happening with Ethereum, how it plans to scale while at the same time being secure and decentralized over time. So as Ethereum is transitioning from a proof of work to a proof of stake, where it's going to be a lot less energy intensive than a proof of work protocol, is some really cool developments that are going to allow Ethereum to scale and have hundreds of thousands of transactions per second, which what it's aiming to do, being a global computer, it needs to do. So as Ethereum develops up to that point, it'll be really cool to see how us as users of the Ethereum protocol benefit from that. So high hopes for Ethereum 2.0, and we'll see. We got Cardano at 1.63. Sorry, drawing some stuff on here, and all these other tokens and projects and cryptos that I currently follow. 1inch is doing pretty well. It's down a little bit after it hit this $4 resistance area where there's probably sellers. I bought some 1inch as like I saw that this thing had dropped significantly, so I did a little bit of research, and at the same time you could actually buy some 1inch and put it onto different DeFi protocols like Yearn and earn some yield in 1inch for supplying some liquidity to these liquidity pools. And I feel like that is a smart use of capital, especially like all this stuff is out there, and given that the US dollar isn't gonna give you any yield whatsoever, and like inflation is at 4%, you're just going to be losing money if you're holding dollars. But if you can buy some crypto and then put it onto DeFi protocols and earn a yield that's much higher than 4%, that's a much smarter use of your capital and funds and wealth than anything else out there. So do your own research. This isn't financial advice, investment advice, anything like that. I'm just showing you all this stuff that's out there and how to use it and how you can potentially benefit from that. So yeah, going back to what I was talking about with crypto being like a force for good and bringing about like societal change, just today at the Bitcoin conference, the president of El Salvador announced that he's going to be submitting a bill to make Bitcoin legal tender. So the CEO of Zap, Jack Mallers, announced that at the Bitcoin conference, and that's really cool in a country where their currency is based in US dollars, like it's denominated in US dollars. So if the Federal Reserve is going to be printing like an unimaginable amount of dollars and devaluing a currency, that's only going to hurt the poorest people, the poorest nations, more than people that are in like the US per se. And even in the US, like if you're like lower on like the socioeconomic ladder, you're going to be hurt a lot more with inflation because your dollar is not going to be stretched as far as like somebody that holds assets and those assets appreciate in value. So there's like this inverse relationship between wealth and inflation and money printing. It's insane. So you gotta be aware of that in due time. And countries like El Salvador recognize this, and they see Bitcoin as something that's uncensorable, that isn't going to necessarily have inflation like the US dollar is going to have deflation. So it's only going to appreciate in value. So if they can create a system where they like transact in Bitcoin and hold Bitcoin and have that asset appreciate in value, then their people are going to be a lot better off in the long run. So who knows what it's going to do in the short run. This is a great, I would say, like vote of confidence and like proof that Bitcoin is legitimate, especially like when a country like El Salvador is going to accept it as a legal tender. And that opens the door to other countries potentially accepting Bitcoin as a legitimate currency, right? So any country that has hyperinflation, such as like Venezuela, or some African countries like Ethiopia or Nigeria, where there's a lot more adoption of cryptocurrencies in those countries. So we're actually going to look at that now because Africa is the leading global cryptocurrency adopter in the world. There's a lot more people transacting in Bitcoin in like Nigeria, and then Ethiopia, and Ghana. Cardano actually has a partnership with Ethiopia's government to get their people using the Cardano blockchain for things like identity, school records, and just really getting people trained to become Cardano developers, like programming in the Haskell language. It's pretty cool. So as these countries get people trained to use blockchain for like a societal good, then that opens the door to so many things that would help people with their lives, as these people aren't necessarily banked, right? But they do have a phone, right? Or they can download an app and allow people to transact peer to peer in a secure and trustless and permissionless way, compared to going to a bank where you have to like identify yourself with an ID card that you possibly don't have because you didn't go to the DMV or some other governmental regulation office, where you can't necessarily get it because you don't have like all the documents, and you're like, you really don't have an identity to begin with because that infrastructure isn't built in that third world country. But if we get to a point where people are already establishing identity because they have a phone and they can start from that point, that opens the door to a lot more prosperity in the long run. So pretty cool stuff with the cryptocurrency ecosystem. There's going to be a lot more developments, and it's going to be really cool to be able to see all this stuff grow over time. So once again, this is Tyrell. I'm going to be doing a $1,000 giveaway once I hit 1,000 subscribers. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. I will catch you on the next one. Peace.